And hi, friends. Good evening. So, welcome to the next YouTube live video. And today we are here to discuss about the recently discussion on hashtag #MyLove. Now, those who were not a part of this video or maybe the part of this entire discussion, just to brief them up. So, we have WhatsApp groups. The groups are usually segregated into four cities, that is Mumbai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Bhubaneswar. We don't intend to segregate people or the artists of all these four cities, but the point is that there may be some discussions which is purely related to the events or the discussions or the meetings we have in previous different cities. So just to give them a segregation, we have made these four WhatsApp groups, but there is no limitation. People from Mumbai are also a part of Hyderabad. People of Hyderabad is also a part of Kolkata. So it's just like that. So now in that WhatsApp group, we usually keep on discussing a lot of things just to get the idea of what people think about different ideologies. And in the recent past, we had Valentine's Day. That was on 14th of February. In those activity, now we thought of discussing about the love towards any kind of passion or affection. So it is not just love between a boy or a girl. It might be a love towards your parents, a love towards your passion, love towards your own dreams, love towards eating. So like there are different kind of activities that we really love to do. And we at Vidpure thought that why don't we just have a fair discussion of what you like to have. That is hashtag my love. And to be very honest, all the photographs that has been shared with different kind of small notes, brilliant. Now you see, the point is that we get to know that each other so well. That's how a family gets more bound, like tied up. And the entire discussions ran for about more than a day, and we had lots and lots of photographs and such discussion materials given. Out of that, we have segregated few. I'll tell you very specifically the one which we have not taken into consideration right for this particular YouTube live video. There were few photographs which were sent exclusively of the family. For example, the person with their husband or maybe their spouse or grandchildren. So somewhat like that. And since we anticipate that in those photographs you were a part of the model, you were not a part of the lens man. So we have just segregated that one out. So please don't take it otherwise. The point is that we are not neglecting your love. I obviously understand the family comes always the first preference to all of us. So keeping that in mind, we are trying to focus this discussion exclusively for the wonderful images that has been shared, the wonderful expressions, the wonderful thought processes when people have like heard of hashtag my love. Now, also before we start, let me tell you that we have some fantastic session that has happened on 10th of February. That is the Sunday just before Valentine's Day. I think in the last YouTube video we had a discussion on this one. But if you don't have a fair idea what actually has happened, the entire fun, the action, then there is a link given in the description, and just click the link. You'll find a 1 minute video. It will not take much of your time. So just go to the video, you'll understand the lovely experience of the session that has happened. I'm sure that we can add up more to this session maybe the next time. We can add up to the hours, you can add up to the more exciting elements, you can add up to more of fun. So looking forward for more such activities and your help and your support. I'm just straight away going to the photograph that has been received on hashtag my love. Now, these photographs have not been segregated as country wise, city wise. We have just made the names as per the names. It is coming as per chronology, but we have tried to incorporate the city so that we can share you from which city that person is. So there is no like the best of the five, the best five, or like the top one. So it is just like your love is always the precious for you, and that's the main value that we are giving. So we start with this one, sir. Let me share the screen with you first. Yeah. So let me start with you with the photograph of Amresh Datta. So he is from Bhuvaneshwar. So he has sent a nice quote with this one as my family. I think this was in some tour where uh, there were some people who were taking the family members on a ride. But taking into consideration, I'm also talking about the photography aspects of it since we are a photography group. So here, if you can just see, these parts of this cloth has not been come out so good because too much of highlight has come. So maybe a little bit of highlight, if reduced, would have made a difference. Okay, this one is from Bhuvaneshwar. So as you have seen that Bhuvaneshwar comes first as per the chronology. Sorry. So here he has given a photograph of some wildlife. Somehow I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Somehow I feel that this needs a little bit of framing. We have some excess of right side which can be reduced, and definitely then you can give more preference to the subject, and it would have been looking much better. I hope so. Okay, this one was sent by somebody with the name of Lenscrap. Well, somehow I would suggest that it has been taken a screenshot from Instagram. So we expect that if you can just kindly share the image, because here we find that there is an unnecessary hashtag also given, and especially my attention went to the number plate of the bike. Well, it is not like seems to be having a permanent number plate. Maybe the bike was very fresh to take for a ride. The blues are bit higher, but overall, you see, your love towards bike is very much prominent. So, hats off. Yes, a wonderful image by Suman from Bhuvaneshwar. Once again, you see this beautiful expression of like two different animals, like the way like they were behaving, the way their expressions, like it touches your heart. So it's a fantastic moment captured by Suman. Brilliant captured. From Kolkata, Amar has sent. If I'm not wrong, we have met Amar at one of the food photography session in Calcutta, and we have seen his dedication towards food photography, and this is one of the results he has given. Fantastic composition and a very well balanced light. I'm seeing that even though the food is of the same type and in the same container, he has tried to arrange it in a nicely placed on a hard brown base with some rose petals and some almonds in a small it's overall it's like a superb. It's a very tempting image, and your love towards food is very much prominent. Anando, who is recently married, has shared the image of his spouse as my love. So congratulations, Anando, and wish you a very happy married life. Okay, Mr. Bhaskar Nandi has shared an image of again a wildlife, a superb expression of the animal, and what I find the most interesting part of it is a nice, beautiful butterfly just on the right hand side of the frame. Now, usually we anticipate, like especially the Bengalis, we call butterflies as a cupid, and which is like an auspicious thing or an auspicious decor for any kind of marriages or bonding. So that presence of the butterfly elevates the entire mood of this photograph. So nicely captured. Well done. Okay, this one has been shared by Joy Banerjee from Kolkata. Superb moment, excellent. But just if you can share the actual file of this image and where we can just reduce too much of post. I think this was done for making some album, or maybe it has been taken a screenshot of an album where we find a lot of colors and some fair whitish vignette effects on the exterior part of the frame. So I think the original image, if you can share across WhatsApp, would have been really nice because there's a lot of learning from this image, well captured and a fantastic moment. A superb image by Krishnendu. I really appreciate that the way he has taken the silhouette, the way he has taken the shadows of the cloud, the way he has taken, and the most important part, you see, these images where I find that people don't understand where to stop doing a post processing, and they just go ahead more than what it is required for. But in this image, what I find is a very balanced image. You see the lights are not over, the blue is not over, the clouds are also having its details, the silhouette is also fantastic and lovely. Fantastic image, Krishnandu. Saurav Modi has sent his love towards nature, a fantastic plant with some dews over it, very beautifully composed, where we find the plant in a diagonal and we have some out of depth of field is good. We have out of focus plants behind as well. Some suggestions just to elevate your nice photograph. See this green versus green, the background, it is not actually bringing out your image that much. So either you can try to just change your perspective to get maybe another color as a background, or if you can up like increase the exposure a little bit, maybe the dews will come out a little more. So that will, because your background doesn't have too much of dew, that doesn't seem to have. So that will really give much more details to your lovely photograph. Shomo has sent a nice image from a fish market in Calcutta. Yes, Bengalis are always very much affiliated towards fish. There is no doubt about it. And Shomo has clearly confessed that his love towards fish is really to an extent which he can't take it off from. So a nice image. This is a very common scenario of any fish market in Kolkata. The lights are very much highlighted over the fish, and we don't have too much of light on the passage and all. Even though people can just have little bit light to just see and walk through, but Shomo just as a suggestion to elevate the image. You have nice light on the left hand side of the frame. You have a nice light going in the diagonal from the center to the right hand side. You have a nice highlight on the right hand side, but there is one chunk remaining on the left side bottom. Sorry, left side top, where we find a lot of blacks. Now, if you go to Lightroom and if you take this image out there, and if you click the highlight button with the Alt button click, you will understand that this part, I hope so, will give you the indication that if you take a print, we're going to get a very black tinge out of it, which doesn't look good. So try to reduce the black a little bit. I'm not asking you to increase the exposure, because the exposure is absolutely fine. The fish details and everything is coming really good. But if you just reduce the black, this patch will reduce a bit, which I think if you try to take a print of this image later on, will give a better image. Oh, Suman from Bhubaneswar has also shared one such image in the Kolkata WhatsApp group, and you see the lovely expression. What I liked about this image is that the expression of the dog, the expression of the old person who is like looking towards the other one to the right hand side. A lovely image, very nicely composed. There is no tilt shift. I don't know, like I feel this image is very much connected. So you understand the love towards three characters. So it's a very full-hearted and full-frame image. I am really sorry, I didn't get the name of this person who has shared the image. So please, whoever has sent this image, please share your name, because even in your WhatsApp, I didn't find your name so that I can express it. Maybe you can just post your name in the comments button. I love this image because you have shown your love towards photography. Why this? I think this is the only image where the photographer and the image both has been there. As I told you, that we have, for the time being, not selected the images to showcase where we find the members themselves. But this one is shot on a mirror, so the member herself has taken the clip of her. Like I don't know, like this image has been a little bit of post process with a lot of antique look, or maybe you have taken a screenshot from an old album, whatever it is, but nicely taken image and good one. Devi Prasad Rao from Mumbai is sharing an image of his daughter who is performing. Now you see these kind of performances have a lot of lights, for which you are seeing a lot of violets on the face. But that's the challenge when you take an event photography. So, but taking into the other aspects, you see the moment that is captured. There is a nice smiley on the dress. There is some fancy competitions on the stage. We see a microphone. I think maybe somebody were also singing, and we see an expression of like a wonderful one. So good expression. Harsh Prakash from Mumbai. So this is the what we were telling about the stereotype Valentine's Day, but you see the nice moment captured. You see a lot of fun. You see a lot of passion between both the characters. And the best part is that it's so casual. You see that love always connects to your heart. You don't need to be so much formal. The image has been so casually taken, but you see, grammatically it is perfect. You have a nice background, which is, I think, if I'm not wrong, has been taken at the near the gateway. I may be wrong. I don't know. I'm just getting a fair idea of that. But a little bit of highlight on the right hand side may be reduced so that you can get more details of the stone base. But a lovely image. I just love this one. Dr. Hemant Patel shares an image of his own son. So Devik is now playing maybe the football. Yes, that's a soccer shoe, and obviously that's his love and the reason for his smile. So good one. Kirtan has sent a lovely image. His love towards God, towards worship, towards the spiritual values of life. And what I like about this image is that look at the focus. The focus is where the God is. The focus is where the water is being poured on the God's head. A little bit of out of focus is the person who is doing, because his intention was to focus the God, not the person who is doing the worship. And you have nice orange color which has been nicely composed. You have a nice greenish tone, some white. Overall the image is so well composed, it's very compact, and it's lovely taken. So just my suggestion, if you can just zoom out a bit, Kirtan, then you will find that the hand which gets cut from the elbow could have just received some more attention, so maybe that will look good, even though that is not the subject. But you can just try, maybe if you get an opportunity like this next time, find it out like how it looks, so we can experiment and see how it actually works out. This has been shared by Masood. Masood is actually in all the four WhatsApp groups of Vidyard, but he's from Ahmedabad, and this is a very alarming message. Now, try to understand. We see this kind of wall in almost all the architectural heritage buildings or monuments in India. We see people, those who are in love, they visit those places and they write their names on the wall. I don't know how many of them are really in touch with each other or have got married. There are people those who first writes the name, and when the girl or the boy gets married to somebody else, they revisit, they cut the name and they write another name. So a lot of things happens, but ultimately it is taking a total ruin on the entire architecture and the pride of India. Try to understand, my friend. This is an alarming notice. This was not the actual architecture that has been built. People are coming from all across the globe to watch the architectures, and once they come, they find your love stories. Oh no, they are not at all interested to see those things. They are not at all interested. So I think ASI has taken up some initiative to take serious action against this kind of nuisance. But you see, it's a shame on us. I'm really sorry to say this word, but it is really a shame on us that on this part of the year, and when people are educated and we are claiming that India is educated and all, and when these kind of activities keep on happening, I'm sorry, it's a shame. So yes, so when we talk about the My Love, there are a lot of My Love portrayed out here by Masood, and a fantastic message given to him through this image that please, wherever you see this kind of nuisance happening, take a call and uh, just try to stop them doing this one. There is something ethical in each and every activity that we are doing, and as a citizen, I think it is our own responsibility to stop this kind of activities. This has been shared by Nisha from Mumbai. Two lovebirds. Okay, hashtag my love. This has been taken with a little bit of flash, so you see a nice pause and everything. But little bit of highlight, if it can be reduced. There are some excess whites which can be controlled. Prasad has shared this one, a lovely moment of a mother and a daughter. If I'm not wrong, maybe that's his wife and daughter. So it's taken on a sea beach, on a sunset. A lovely image. So hashtag my love. Yes, indeed. Rupesh shares the image of two of his sons. So nicely taken image. What I like is that the smile of both one the teeth is not being shown. The teeth is shown which is having a lie. I think the front teeth is missing. Okay, so here, Rupesh, if you can see, you cannot crop the red part because there are fingers of your younger son. But if you can place some toys of the of these on this part, maybe this blank space can taken up a little bit of frame. So that will maybe look much more, because in your foreground, if you see the black hair and the shadow, it has been mixed. So we don't have much space to put anything else out here. But this red part, I think it's looking a bit blank. You can just fill it up with something else later on. Oh, Sateja has shared this lovely image. I really want to know from where she has clicked. Sateja, if you can just share the name of the place where you have taken this image in comment section. Some vibrant colors. I'm just giving a blind guess that maybe this is some part of Rajasthan, because usually in Rajasthan we find this kind of nicely colored wall. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not aware of the venue of this. But you see, there's a nice place, and the bricks have been exposed. I don't know. Like for me, at the moment I saw it, it's like a fantastic image. Subhashini, oh, superb. So like the way she has taken the reflection and everything. There are three characters, and you have a monument, you have a glass, and she has expressed her love towards photography with this image. A lovely image, fantastic image. Here, it is difficult to convey whether it's a tilt or a shift, because the monument, if I'm not wrong, is actually the reflection. So definitely in a vehicle, there is some concavity for which you will never find a straight erect image. Siddharth has shared this image of hashtag my love. Very nicely composed image, but to my knowledge, we usually see this kind of images, especially when we put a engagement ring in between Bible, especially when there is a Christian marriage. But here, even though after that there is a nice composition, especially with the lights which has been used at the background. So well done. Oh, Sudhir Pujari shares a nice moment with his son, maybe on a beach. So that is hashtag my love for Sudhir. Zavir, oh, indeed, food is once again a fantastic image click. I love the way the cake or the pastry has been balanced. I love the way some sprinkles over it, and nice red background. If you can just try to reduce the foreground a bit, there is one bit of a chocolate which I think is out of focus, and the first glance I thought maybe that's a lens error, so something like that. So you can just crop a little bit of foreground, and the food will look much more yummy. And Zaved shared the second image. We have seen her taking photographs of pet dogs whenever she's out with us. Especially even we were there at Seawoods for bird photography, and 2 3 photographs which she had clicked was a dog which were out there with its owner. And so this is a lovely image. I think it's taken in a pet show. I find a nice red dress owned by the dog. So good one. That's where we end up with this one. So that's all. We have the images for hashtag my love. There was lovely notes, and there was lovely expressions given. People also share a lot of memories. Somebody told that it remembered of the college days and everything. So, so that was the intention to slowly keep in mind the love you have for some particular issue. So now, friends, thank you so much for keeping us on our toes in WhatsApp group. And there are a lot of things happening, and there are a lot of things coming up. So those who are not a part of the WhatsApp group yet, all you have to do is that join the WhatsApp group, and you all the simple joining procedure is go to our website, that is www.infovipro.com. The link has been given in the description button. So there you will find an online form. You can just fill the form. It's very simple, and we will just add you up within maybe 2 to 3 working days. Apart from that, there's a small announcement today. We will be starting with a WhatsApp challenge very soon. There were a lot of suggestions given by a lot of people, like what should be the next WhatsApp challenge subject. We have finalized one, and we have taken up the suggestion of one of our friend. But still, we would like to take a reconsideration. So the challenge is going to come after a few weeks, not very soon, a couple of weeks. Meanwhile, we'll have one more session of some contest going on. So details of the contest will be up in our website tonight at 12 sharp at midnight. That will be up. It will be at www.infovibgo.com. So if you want to know the details of the contest, all you need to do is that log into our or visit our website www.infovibgo.com tonight sharp after 12. If you are not awake, no problem. We will be putting up in the Facebook tomorrow, so you can just join that one. So keeping that suspense alive, I take a bye now, and I hope you all have a nice, sweet dreams. See you soon. Bye.